are like this page. The card emphasizes your sovereignty and also your young and youthful attributes. You develop a masterly, innovative way of dealing with the earth forces. All your skills as a human being of great humor and instinct are needed. Keep a hold on what is fruitful and valuable. The adventure of discovery and the search. What is available? What can be made of it? This page represents an ideal, the perfect mastery over the element in question. In this case, the pentacles, earth, material, money, talent, the physical. You are like this page, or you are well on your way. In a spiritual aspect, this card represents being productive, finding something, planting something, having an effect beyond oneself. Wow. If that isn't the most perfect card to receive today, right now, in this moment, I don't know what is. I thought that this angle was interesting and new, so we're gonna go with it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's been a little bit, what's new? She's constantly taking breaks because she needs it. She's gone mental. Not actually. But yeah, it wasn't a big break, so I hope you didn't super notice it. Yeah, we don't have to completely acknowledge it, but the last time you guys saw me was in March. It is now May. And let's just say that it is not a surprise to me that I have completely skipped over April in my mind, and that of course I took like a break in April. Transparently, every time you guys don't see me, it's because I'm going through some things in here, and yeah, mentally, you know, as we all do. And I'm saying that it's not really a surprise for me that I skipped over April, because April tends to be one of the hardest months for me mentally, and just in my life. There's a lot of like anniversaries that come up in April that really spark up my grief. It's just a time that like really makes me reflect and remember things that happened in the past few years that have really like impacted my life and my relationships. So it makes sense to me, and now it'll make sense to you why April is like a heavy month for me. This April was actually a lot happier and chill than other Aprils have been, because I knew like these anniversaries were coming up of like relationships ending and loss. I really prepared for that, I guess. Surprisingly, I don't even know, but past me took care of future me, and I'm so thankful for that and for myself, because I actually booked a trip to Hawaii in the middle of April months ago, and I think it was because I knew I was gonna kind of need a break or need a new perspective, and just need a little extra taken care of in that month. But before we go to Hawaii, I think I'm gonna make a separate video on that. And March was cool, it was chill, but it was also, I think I was like kind of feeling really anxious because I knew April was coming. Also, just in general, like March was a really heavy and hard month for me. I think I was getting presented a lot of like different decisions about my life and my career and my future and my path. I was being asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, I am just not that type of person. I am not that type of Virgo. I am the Virgo that lives in the present primarily. The game of life is so silly to me, and I don't really vibe with career paths, especially the ones that are presented nowadays. Like, they're just so weird, and I don't know, I just don't like click with anything except for this. Even this, you know, I have found like somewhat of rigidness and like difficulty with, but nonetheless, I think a big factor of like why I was experiencing a lot of depression in the end of March was my fucking period, you guys. Like, my menstruation cycle, my moon cycle, just my hormones and my physical internal cycle was like feeling so out of whack and so uncomfortable, and really just in like panic mode. I felt extremely detached from my body and knowing what it was going through, and it was affecting a lot of my mental health. And I just felt really confused and lost. I felt like the most depressed that I had felt in so long, and I didn't know exactly why. I couldn't pinpoint it. I tried meditating. I tried just like taking it slow, taking it easy, and it was just something that I needed to get through. But it was really scary to me because I hadn't felt like that in a long time, and nothing really, usually I feel like that when like something drastic happens, not drastic, but like really intense, you know, like a breakup or a death. But this was just kind of like triggered by just life. And there was a period in time where I was just crying every single day, and like nonstop crying. Like anytime I had a private moment, I just cried. I was just like really, really sad. I felt bad for myself. and that to me is like now how I recognize that I'm falling into a depression, if I feel bad for myself. Because the moment I start feeling bad for myself, I'm like, check yourself, because things aren't that bad. And if they are, and if you are feeling like they're bad, talk to somebody about it and get down to like the root of this. Because if it is something that has to do with childhood trauma or adulthood trauma, you need to also just sit with that and work on that and heal that. I honestly think it was like just a mixture of everything: childhood, adulthood, current life. Turns out I definitely have some sort of PMDD, because this period of depression was during my luteal phase leading up to my period. And then I got my period, and then I started feeling much better, and I just started recognizing the patterns. I was like, oh, this is like every month that this happens to me. Like, this isn't normal, and this is something that I really need to take seriously and recognize, or else it's gonna like happen and I'm gonna be like, what's going on again and again and again, until it's like super unhealthy and just like I'm off the rails. But yeah, I really recognized that pattern and allowed myself to be like, okay, you might have PMDD. Thank God you at least know and have some confirmation of like what this thing is. But yeah, it was really dark, I'm not gonna lie. I was having a lot of suicidal thoughts and ideation, and thankfully I got myself out of that. As you guys have known, or maybe have not known, but I've had somewhat of a journey with antidepressants, and I still am going through that journey, but I was kind of on and off of them. I stopped taking them at the beginning of this year, or even before, I think at the end of last year. I was discussing that with my doctor, and they were like, wait till after the holidays. And then as soon as the holidays finished, I was like, okay, I'm like officially off of them. I was like feeling fine and okay up until March. I think that's when I really felt just in this like dire need for help and support, whatever that looked like, just all of it. I confronted myself and I was just like, are you really going to deny medication and help because of the shame or the guilt, or because you're judging it, because you think you're less than, or you think you're better than people that do take medication? Like, fuck all that. Take what helps you in a healthy way. Like, you're not abusing this thing. It's there to help you. It's there for this exact reason, and it's helped you before. I was just being so stubborn and like wanting to raw dog life just to prove it to myself or prove it to people. That's just not cool. Like, I just think that's super lame to judge someone, even yourself, for like needing help and benefiting from the help and taking help. I think that's something with my childhood of like, or just the way I grew up, and a lot of people in society think this way, right? Just be strong. Like, this is science, and like I can't deny that this isn't happening to me. I just think everybody should do what works for them. Maybe those things work for you. I'm gonna do what works for me. That involves allowing myself to change my mind. So yeah, I just started taking them again after I decided to like allow myself to take the support and help that I very obviously kind of needed. I started feeling so much better. It was immediately just the acceptance of help that made me feel better. I was like, oh my gosh, you're choosing yourself. You're choosing to like take care of yourself and you're choosing a better life and like a future. Like that was huge for me, you know, because I couldn't even imagine a week from then. Like I couldn't even imagine continuing. And then, I just burnt myself. And then to like be able to then very obviously take an action towards me and my health was like just exactly what I needed for me to feel better and happier and like more positive and just okay and calm. I just need to like stay consistent with things that have to do with such a bigger force in my mental and physical health. So that was a big one for my mental health. And after that, I was like, okay, we need to physically feel better too, and like physically take care of like our bodies, because we know that in turn it makes our mental feel better and just like my overall self feel better. And I'm 27. I feel like I'm young. I don't know why I'm living like a retired old man. Like I am living like a grandmother. Sweats all day, every day, wearing my walking shoes, eating oatmeal for meals. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent, but I guess this was the point of the video. I just started doing small things that I also know make me feel good. So recently I've been going to Pilates. I just started last week, so like chill. But also I went to Hawaii, and that was the first time I traveled in a very long time alone too. I had never truly like traveled alone to somewhere like that. Just that act of going somewhere new, seeing new things and like beautiful nature, luscious views, just the act of traveling and like moving your body, seeing new perspectives did wonders for me. And even being in Hawaii, beautiful, gorgeous place, but I also realized there are beautiful places near me already, so I need to like just go to them. Like I don't always have to like get on a plane to travel. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. One thing that I've been doing like every day pretty much is going on walks. And I actually wrote a newsletter about this because I had such a big epiphany and revelation about walking and the benefits of it on my mental health and anybody's mental health. So I just had to like write it out and talk about it. If you guys didn't know, I started a Substack a few months ago, and I haven't been super active on there, but I'm trying to be more active on there. And like it's kind of just my diary dump, a form of journaling for me. And I sometimes don't always want to like film a whole video about something. I just want to like share it and get it out. And I really just like the art of writing. Been journaling so much. That's also been like amazing for my mental health. I just filled up one of my old journals, and it felt so good to like finish that and start a new one. If you guys want to check that out, I'll post it in the link in the description below. But that has been really big for me, just like going on walks, putting my headphones on or not, finding a really sunny, grassy area and just sitting there. Yesterday, I went on a walk and just hugged a tree. I didn't care how I looked. I just hugged a tree. I was just like, you are my friend. Like, you are like my brother, my sister. You are my mother. You are me. You are everything. Thank you. I don't know, man. Stop thinking that everything you do looks silly. You know that TikTok sound? The fear of looking stupid is holding you back. That is so true. And I'm finding that out every single day. So I'm just like trying to do silly shit. Who cares? Like, yeah, I'm filming a video right now. Who fucking cares? I'm gonna go eat at this restaurant alone. I'm gonna go watch a movie alone. Like, I don't care how I look. And those are smaller things. You gotta work your way up. Challenge yourself every single day. So there you have it. That has been an update on my life. There's been also so much more going on, so I'll make separate videos of that. This is a good little beginning to us catching up. I'm so proud of you. I'm just so proud that you got up and did something today. I hope you are taking care of yourself, and remember that it looks much more simple and smaller than you think. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.